What's up, guys? Let's talk about battle ropes. So, it's a great addition to any workout, but one of the very great benefits of battle ropes is that actually help you release some of your joint problems. So what it does, it builds your connective tissue. When somebody talks about having tendon strength, basically it's repetitive motion over many repetitions. You build connective tissue. So slowly, with kind of like light resistance, you can think of a battle rope, you're releasing a lot of the tension through the centrifugal force. So you're actually doing a lot of oscillating force, so you're circling, right? You're making movements that cause your joints to traction. You can think about how you loosen up. It's similar to that. So a lot of exercise with battle ropes are like that. You can never slam a battle rope too hard, so it never gets to hyperextend your joints, and it's great on your joints. And the other part is that you're training the connective tissue with lots and lots of reps like you're supposed to, and that's how connective tissue builds and grows. So if you have joint problems, shoulder problems, it's something that you should not feel when you're doing battle ropes. It's great for conditioning. It's just most people don't really know what the purpose of battle ropes is, and either they do them or they don't do them, and then sometimes it's the only thing they do. So anything. Basically, you want to build up to either time or high number of reps, and we're going to start with high number of reps. And the other thing is, I'm going to show you guys a technique. A lot of times the technique is lost. There's a lot of different techniques. Sometimes people think they're doing the exact same technique, but it's a lot of variation that you can do depending on what you're trying to really exercise. So I'm going to show you from the knees how you could actually do battle rope exercises from your knees. Those are harder exercises. Doing them from your knees is harder. You can stand up and do it right away that way. But the reason I want to show it to you from the knees is because the technique will be better. So you'll learn how to do it better, and then we'll go over it standing as well as from the knees. So let's start from the knees. And you can use a mat for your knees or anything like that. Anyways, we're going to start here. Basic stuff, right? So first thing you want to do is, let's start with the battle rope slam. We're doing a dual slam. And again, if I'm standing, I'm going to be using my hips. And here I can actually start to use my hips a little bit. Otherwise, if you start to pull too hard and you have a heavy rope, and this one is about 10 inches in diameter at its largest, and I got it from an actual shipping dock, so it's a real rope, meaning when it's phrased, it's not so plasticky. You can get a cheap battle rope, and those are just as awesome. So anyways, attach it to something, and then the closer you are to it, not if I go farther away at the grip, it's lighter. The closer I am to it, the heavier the rope is. All right, so if I'm holding at the end and then get closer to it, now it becomes harder to do. So pick a rope that's heavy enough for you. Start with something light, especially like I said, if you have joint problems, and that's why you're doing this in the first place. So we start using our hips. You stand up and down, so the rope doesn't pull you all down. You go up and down. In this case, I want to raise my elbows and slam down. Okay, think about doing 20 or 30 reps. I'm going over my head, so I'm not lifting over my head like this. I'm sitting and lifting at the same time. So up and down. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up and snatch it out of the air. Alright? So you send it one massive strong wave straight up and down. Now, by the way, if you are strong enough, you've been doing battle ropes all this time, so now this is easy for you, and you've been doing a 10-inch grip, it's nothing. So you can now find a chain, and the battle chains. That is the next progression. And then you go to a heavier chain, longer chain, etc. And if it sounds crazy to you, it's because you think about it, it's actually really difficult and great workouts. So again, wrists, elbows, and shoulder joints, and of course you're working on the connective tissue and the muscles. So at the same time, you can hear from the breath that you actually use your cardiovascular. Okay, so that's the basic one. Now, if I want to switch over to something that uses my arms more, instead of pulling my elbows up, the specific focus now is arms. I'm going to slam, double rope slams with my elbows in. And you want to create this beautiful pattern. And look for a wave, a geometric wave. The thumbs are up, knuckles are down on both hands. Make sure you don't have one hand doing something weird. So you straighten down both. Elbows are tight. This will focus more on the wrists and the elbows, not so much the shoulders, and you're not moving your hips. And the next variation of that, of course, would be alternating battle ropes. Now this is where it gets tricky. Alternating battle ropes, a lot of times, you'll see various techniques, but people are basically thinking they're doing the exact same thing. So this is the basic one. My elbows are in, I'm not moving my shoulders, my abs are tight, and that's where my speed comes from. Now, the next progression of this would be if I'm pulling the rope towards me. So instead of sending the wave forward, I want to bring the wave towards me. It sounds weird, but instead of throwing down, I'm curling. So I'm curling towards me. And a lot of times people are doing this, and they're thinking they're doing this. Okay, so pulling back. This is more for your upper back, shoulders, and a little more biceps. You just have to know that you're doing this on purpose. The reason is, again, to get more outward rotation, to use your biceps more. It's great for some elbow traction. So rotation. Up and back, up and back, up and back. So curling towards you. Now the next variation is going to be like a lateral raise. We're going to think about going outward circles, right? Again, you can do 10 of each, do 20, 30 of each, it's up to you. So from my knees, I'm going to use my hips. Not as much as the first battle slam or double rope slam, just a little bit of the hip movement. So going up and out. So front raise to a lateral raise. Front raise to a side raise. And I pull my elbows up and out. So I'm learning to go up and then pulling back. Not dropping right away. Up, pull back. So pull back. Pull back. All right, doesn't matter what happens with your rope. You don't have to stop and fix it, etc. Just keep pulling apart. It's fine. Just watch that you're doing a beautiful geometric pattern. Looks like mammoth tusks or something. Do owl spiral. Again, anywhere from 10 to 30 of this. You keep going outward range. And this will focus more on your traps, upper back, and delts. And some forearms and wrists. Okay, and then we transition to going inward. So inside. Again, if you rope double crosses, it's fine. Double crosses kill it. So don't stop one crossing. Just keep going. And you can go wider, back in. So wide lat raise, downward front raise. Wide lat raise, downward front raise. Again, I'm looking for this nice, beautiful pattern. A double wave. It's like I'm arm wrestling with both arms and always winning. So both arms out, back down, out, back down. Okay, nice wide pull, down the center. Wide pull, down the center. Even if you get tired, make sure your elbows are traveling away from your torso, then the hands. Now you do this one rep at a time. You could go 1, 2, but might lose some technique, but that's okay. So don't flip the rope, thumbs up grip. So go into here, double rope slam again, but I don't want to go way overhead. This is going to be a massive hip movement, right? It's like pulling somebody down. I want to sit with it. Up, back down. Hips up, back down. So I'm going under the rope and snatching it out of the air. Make a grip. So I pull up the rope and imagine I'm making a grip on it. Up, pull down. Up, pull down. So using your crunching motion here. Elbows up and away, back down, cough. So what I say is, it's like coughing. You crunch your abs. So up. Just don't let anybody think you have corona. Up and down. Okay, so now from here, we transition to going side to side. The last exercise will be going giant circle one way, giant circle the other way. I want to do not a 180, just 180 in the sense that I'm bringing my hands down to one side, down to the other side. But I want to overflip it so that the rope will spiral and almost make a full circle. So I'm going to turn my body all the way over and then bring my chest kind of parallel to the ground in this position. Again, thumbs up grip and your elbows are in tight. Your elbows should not be moving around and circling. If they are, it's okay. But you're trying to keep your whole body making the movement. So 1, 2, and again. It's like if I got a body lock on somebody, I throw them down. Keeping the elbows tight, slam it down, side to side, side to side. So again, this is a great movement to do standing up. If I pull back, elbows in, shoulder blades pinched, feet wide apart. I want to pivot, drop my knee towards the floor, keep my body going down. Up, back down, up and back down. Keep the elbows tight and make sure again, it's your torso causing all these movements to happen. Up and around, up and around. Okay? Finally, the one exercise I really see people messing up the technique on is when we're doing the side-to-side waves. I don't really know the particular name for it, but in jiu-jitsu you can think of a bull pass. So, as I have my elbows in, and I'm trying to create these double waves. A lot of times I see this, which is kind of like a fun variation. But what you're really trying to do is move both at the same time, creating that wave. But that one lonely wave is not good. You have to create lots and lots and lots of little waves. And it's not from the arms moving side to side so much, but it's your whole body, your torso. Your abs are tight. You should feel it in your feet. And again, the tension's in the stomach. So to create more speed, you can go to one foot and change towards the other foot. Again, one foot, other foot. This is great for building your forearm strength, endurance, and your core. Again, staying in the middle is fine too. You can do some of these exercises again, wide stance or narrow stance. Like if I go thumbs up, double grip slam, drop down my elbows and squat low. This is the optimal stance for this movement when you're on your feet. For most other things, other than the grappler stroke, you can also do a narrow stance. You're doing your narrow stance, external circles, inward circles. Again, 10 to 30 of each. You got the battle rope standing and a dual grip. Okay? What I want you to understand is there's different techniques and purposes for each one. What you're trying to target. Thumbs up grip. Are you targeting more biceps? Brachialis, brachioradialis. Posterior deltoid, maybe more core. And a regular overhand grip is working again. A lot of your forearm and finger flexors, biceps, but it gets into your tris and the lateral deltoid and back exercises. Okay, so you can do this for rounds, for minutes, for reps. But now you know why.